Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
I'm the captain.
And this is going to be a really, really short video for you.
Well, we think so. It's not going to take us long to demonstrate the product, but we might delve deep into talking about, what we like and don't like about it, or this type of product. So this is the orange Pedal Baby 100, and it is a completely analog solid state power amp, 100 watt power amp with a guitar input and a neutral preamp section so that you can plug your pedals into it. It's very small, pretty lightweight, relatively affordable, and then you just run it into a cab.
Right.
I think that this kind of pure pedal amp, or amp in a compact analog solid state amplifier is going to be the next big product category for all.
Oh, you heard it here first
brands.
from the captain.
Well, the first guys that I saw, so at NAMM 2018, we did we saw a product unveiled by an fairly boutique American company called Milkman, who'd done a little amp in a pedal, like a 50 watt amp in a pedal. And it's been massively popular this year. Quite expensive because it's sort of a boutique-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it completely throws the cat amongst the pigeons. If you're a pedal board kind of guy and you no longer wish to have to carry around a big
It turns your pedal board
amp.
into an amp.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, and this, so fundamentally, before I get into sort of my pros and cons, or my thoughts about the Pedal Baby, this is essentially what this is trying to do. It's 100 watts, completely solid state. You get your pedals. I mean, you've got a relatively simple pedal selection there. I've got a more complicated one. But anyway, you plug straight in. There's no reverb in here, no gain. The treble and bass is really not even a traditional treble and bass circuit from a guitar amplifier. It's simply there to sort of, I guess, fine tune to the cab that you're using. And it's $299, so £299. So it's quite a lot less than, say, something like it's quite a lot less than the little Milkman amplifier, but it's quite a lot more than, say, you can get those little 50 watt pedals, can't you?
How much, this is solid state. How much is the solid state little Terra amp, the little tiny...
Micro Terra?
Yeah.
It's about 100 quid, isn't it? But that is only 20 watts.
Oh, right. This is 100 watts.
Yes. And if you think about things like the power sections that are in the back of a powered Kemper, a lot of the, and certainly the little Milkman thing, they're all using, in fact, most of them are using the same component. They're all using a Class D, very lightweight, very efficient switching amplifier. The D in Class D does not mean it's digital, by the way. If you're confused about that, go and watch the Mythbuster series of videos that I did on this channel.
It's just that everyone wants the D.
So it's literally
give them the D.
Unbelievably, it's just that Class A, Class B, Class C, which isn't really used in audio, and Class D are just the four types of switching amp.
And also, A isn't
power
better
amp.
than B,
No, it's just
or isn't
different
better than
types.
C. It's just different kinds.
So I think it's a little. I think Bang & Olufsen do the sort of the circuit, or the Class D power amp that Kemper use and the Milkman use, and I've seen in other stuff as well. And I've never really sort of gone, I don't like it. I've always thought it sounded fine to me. But Aid, being Aid, doesn't like it, or at least doesn't think it's as good as ye olde traditional Class A analog solid state power amp. And the problem with that is they're not small, or they can't be as small as the Class D stuff. So this is about as small as you can make a 100 watt power amplifier if you want to use this technology. So the debate really, and I don't know that it's going to be really possible in this video to do, but the debate is it worth, is there an audible difference in going for this kind of technology to get your 100 watts as opposed to much smaller, lighter weight Class D technology to get your 100 watts?
Right. And could you fit this underneath the pedal board if you took the feet off? And...
Well, fun enough, that's what my brain was sort of going around going, if I was, if I'd been at Orange, would I have tried to perhaps engineer this like into a pedal board more?
Yeah.
Because my sort of feeling is its current form is like, is there that much of an advantage over just having an amp on the top of a cab? Because it's like, it's actually not that much.
Well, that's why
smaller,
I asked about the Terra heads. Because, I mean, for the price that this is, you can get almost get a really good Terra head. And is there an effects loop?
No, because there's no preamp in here. Well, there is a preamp here.
I was going to say there is a preamp because I'm looking at it.
Yeah, but it's not like a conventional preamp with gain or anything like that. So everything, would just be the order that you put your pedals on the floor and then straight into here.
Shall I do some more tones?
I mean, I guess what we can say about it that we know is this technology is super tried and tested reliable. Yeah. So I suspect that this could be used and chucked around and driven over and whatever, and it probably wouldn't let you down. I've probably put the total curse on this now, haven't I? As it just goes halfway through this demo. And it's loud, and which I think is potentially the criticism of some of the Class D stuff is that as you get it up to 50-60% and above of its on paper volume,
it doesn't get louder.
It's not really there.
Right.
Just saying, just trying to be. I mean, I think what we'll have to do in the new year, although by the time you're watching this video, it probably is the new year. But at some point,
Happy New Year, everybody.
We'll have to get we'll have to do a more direct Class D versus this sort of comparison to see to see how this fares. But anyway, so
I'll do some tones, you do some tones, and then it will be a quick video, I promise you.
So there's really no point you having no effects on here, otherwise it is going to sound like you've plugged into a hi-fi. We've just had from Rabir, that's really loud, guys, which I kind of think is what I was...
I've got a delay pedal and I can't see what any of the controls do because it's black with black writing.
What do you want it to do? Just have less delay?
Less mix.
Oh, it's virtually off as it is.
Honestly, I don't think that sounded great, and I think the reason is we're just using effects pedals into a power amp.
Yes.
And what we really need is you need a preamp.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you on that. I mean, this is the first time we've tried this, so apologies if it feels like we're sort of bumbling our way through it.
I mean, that's bumble are us. That's what we do, isn't it?
But I think we might as well be honest. I mean, the only takeaway I think from that first bit there was how loud it clearly is capable of going.
It needs a preamp.
But I do agree. I don't know if you've seen what's on the floor that Rob's using. He's literally just got 2 distortion pedals and a delay pedal, and it's not. I think it almost reminds me of just plugging 2 distortion pedals and a delay pedal into like a hi-fi or something.
one of those like Kraken preamps or any other kind of preamp pedal that would do it.
Those little Moore preamps are like 99 quid or even less than that. I mean, I think it's dead easy to have anything from a super affordable preamp to a all valve expensive preamp if you want to go down that route.
Should we cut and get one then?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's whilst the guys are just doing that, might as well again give you a couple of almost like non-features rather than features. So there's no kind of line out on this, so no way of doing a cab, no way of powering like an emulated cab thing, unless I suppose you were to use an attenuator that had an emulated output from it. That would seem pointless on a solid state power amplifier. So yeah, I stand by my sort of thought that this category of product is going to be massive in 2019. I bet by the end of it, like all the amp brands have got some sort of very small amp for using with pedals. But I'm not sure. I think the orange one is going to appeal to orange fans, obviously, people that want something insanely robust, and they just want that volume. They want to know that the volume is there when they want it.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm sort of it's my face as opposed to. But I'm keen to hear it with a dedicated preamp. I bet it'll sound wicked.
It sounds a lot better with a preamp like the Kraken.
Yeah.
But forgive me if it does sound slightly non-valve.
Solid state, yeah.
It has a sound. It has the sound of a solid state power amp. But then everything has a sound. That doesn't mean it's bad. Obviously, tone is completely subjective.
I agree with you.
Try your pedal board, mate.
Yeah, I mean, we were, whilst we were messing around here, just saying, and how does Aid Emsley use this? And apparently he's using it loads, and he does just take his pedal board and plug straight into it. So all that stuff we were talking about, preamps and blah blah blah.
You know what? It's always just going to depend on the guitar and which pedals or which preamp you're using.
So my pedal board, which has a few more pedals on it. Volume here. I'm just going to say it. It does a job, it works, but it's leaving me a bit uninspired.
I think we're probably not the right market either, because we're both traditionalists, like a valve sound. This is a very clean, very simple, very kind of, it's not supposed to really colour anything. It's just, did you want the sound of your pedals or not, kind of thing.
Is this the perfect little thing for someone to plug their Kemper into then?
Very possibly.
Something where you've already accepted that, maybe you're not going to go down the valve route.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the difference in price between a regular Kemper head and then the powered Kemper?
Probably about the same as that, about £300.
I don't know.
So, no, it is about £300, I think. So you might be right. And again, that's probably another fair video, which is, the Kemper we already know is that Class D power amp technology. This is the more traditional Class A.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it is. But I've got, I'm sorry to say,
we're whelmed.
It's not my pedal baby.
We're not underwhelmed and we're not overwhelmed.
Yeah, it does a job. But I there we are. What can I say?
You can say, I've been Rob Chapman.
Okay, I've been the captain.
See you later. Oh no, I didn't do my thing. Ready, Lee?
Yeah.
I'm setting you up. Yeah!
Just as I thought, you know, I think I said at the very end of the video that, you know, maybe another thing we should do is compare the amp in a powered Kemper to this. And then I just thought, well, we've got a powered Kemper here, so why don't we just do it now?
You know what this is like, Lee? This is like YouTube purgatory. This is what happens if you don't get either place. It's a never-ending review that never comes to fruition, and you have to watch it forever.
So the Kemper that we've got here, it's the rack mount Kemper, but that doesn't really matter. It's the powered one, which, as far as I'm aware, has got this Class D Bang & Olufsen
I think I saw that movie.
chip in it.
Bang & Olufsen.
So what we're going to do is you're going to hear one of these profiles into the cab using the amp that's in the Kemper, and then I'm going to take a line output from the Kemper, plug it into the orange pedal baby, and you're going to hear that.
I like those fancy fountain words.
And I think also as well, I might just, I don't know, volume is always a difficult one for you guys to hear, but we'll just see how loud we can get the Kemper to go versus how loud we can get the orange to go.
Do we have to?
Yes, only for a split second, because I think that's got to be the sort of the generally understood upside of this kind of power amp technology is that it goes louder.
You got any headphones?
So this is the first bit. Then it's just the sort of
I would like a coffee. Thank you. That would be good.
The first bit's just like the regular level comparison. So give us a play. Here we go. Now into here. It's a punchier, harder sound. Whether I like it more is debatable, but it's a different sound. You can hear it different. It certainly sounds more
fist,
like punchy.
I can't tell the difference in the sound
because you're wearing
I can't
earplugs.
hear anything.
Yes. Right. Let's go back to here again and just get an idea. And you're right. I apologise if I've been saying that the amp in the Kemper is 100 watts. It's 600 watts. But anyway, crazy. Here we go. Go. This is where pad the mics for a beer.
Cool.
Woo! Okay, a very unscientifically controlled test there. I would say the orange one was louder than I would say the amp in here was a little louder than the amp in there. Not massively, but a bit louder. Bleeding now. That's it, isn't it? Done?
I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Yes.
Thank you very much for staying with us till
See
the
you
end.
later.
Bye.
Hey!
That's really loud.